All right. Good evening, everyone. Warm welcome for the session. And we are doing the book study of this book, The Secrets of Karma by Mr. Vijay Atri. And we are on page number 164 today. So we did yesterday the laws of evolution. That means when you are evolving, when every soul is evolving, these laws are applicable to every single soul, whether you are a saint, whether you are a criminal, whether you are a girl, a boy, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Sikh, a Jew, any age, any spirituality, it is applicable to everyone. So जो चीज आपके साथ जुड़ी हुई है उसको समझना जरूरी है ना? इसलिए इन लॉज को हम पढ़ रहे हैं. क्या लॉज है? Three laws are there. Law of cycle. Quickly, we covered this yesterday. I'm giving you a reminder because we'll be moving on. Law of cycle says that our life goes in a cyclic pattern. What is down has to go up. What is up has to go down. So whatever is good in your life, don't get too much attached to it because it will come down one day. What is bad in your life, don't get too sad about it. It will go up one day. Okay. So law of cycle is also explained by the game of life, which is the snakes and ladder. कभी सांप काटेगा, कभी सीढ़ी से ऊपर जाने का मौका मिलेगा. दोनों ही होगा, होता रहेगा. The more good actions, the more good deeds you do, the more ladders you will get. The more bad actions, the more wrong deeds you do, the more snakes you will get. So somebody in my class was saying the more snacks you will get. I said, हाँ बहुत खाने पीने को मिलेगा. Keep doing the wrong things, you get a lot of snacks. Okay. The next law, the law of impermanence. Impermanence means nothing is unchangeable. Everything is changing, right? The बोलते हैं ना, the only constant thing is change. हर चीज बदल रही है. आप बदल रहे हो, मैं बदल रही हूँ, हमारे फीलिंग्स बदल रहे हैं. सो even you will see relationships change, characters change, personalities change, uh, prosperity change, job changes, everything is changing. So again, do not get too much attached to things because when it changes, it's going to hurt you. But if you are like, अगर आप पहले से पकड़ के रखे हो माइंड में कि ये तो चेंज करेगा ही, इट्स जस्ट गोइंग टू चेंज, so you are easy with it. You are not going to get shattered when the thing changes, right? So that is the law of impermanence. And today we will do the third law, which is the law of balance. Third law of evolution, which is applicable to all of us. हम सबके ऊपर ये laws काम करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी के ऊपर काम ना करें. तो ये है तीसरा law of balance. Extreme activities in one lifetime may result in a compulsive path that would force you to walk in an opposite direction in another lifetime. Thus, a sinner treads a saintly path, and the tyrant is tamed to work like a slave. Through the pairs of opposites, karma forces the soul to evolve. What is being said here? The path of balance, the law of balance. It is very important that we have balance in our life. And this balance is not created by you or me, it is created by the universal forces. क्या आपने कभी देखा है एक सीसो ऐसे रहता है. कोई भी बंदा इस तरफ बैठ जाए तो ये ऊपर चला जाता है, दूसरा बंदा इस तरफ बैठ जाए तो ये ऊपर चला जाता है. नाउ डू यू थिंक somebody is intentionally doing it? No, it's happening by itself. अगर ये आपका सीसो है, आप इधर वजन डालोगे तो ये ऊपर जाएगा ही जाएगा, इधर वजन डालोगे ये ऊपर जाएगा ही जाएगा, राइट? दिस इज हैपनिंग ऑन इट्स ओन. So your life is also like this. If you put too much of pressure on one side, that side is going to bend. Now this side is on the top. अगर मैं यहीं पे ज्यादा वजन डालती रहूंगी डालती रहूंगी डालती रहूंगी तब तो ये टूट जाएगा, राइट? इसको टूटने से बचाने के लिए क्या करना है, इधर वजन डालना होगा फॉर इट टू कम बैक. नाउ दिस इज अगेन द लॉ. You can't help it. You or I, the soul, cannot say that every incarnation I am going to be like this only. मैं हर जन्म में ऐसी ही रहूंगी, मैं हर जन्म में यही काम करूंगी, मैं हर जन्म में ऐसे ही चीजों के साथ अकस्टम्ड रहूंगी. आई कैनॉट से दैट, बिकॉज देन बैलेंस नहीं होगा. In some incarnation, I need to be a man. I need to be maybe more strict, more strong, more, like I will have my rules, my regulations. I will have, my own policies written down, either my way or highway. And listen, you have to listen to me. You have to do this. You have to do that. Very strict life. In another incarnation, I might just get converted. Maybe I will still be a man, but I will become very soft, very humble, very sweet, nurturing. You know, I will be like, a father who's going to be very sweet with their children. Maybe my children will not even listen to me. I will be so soft, so sweet, so humble that I will have no strictness and my children will not even listen to me. But still, I cannot be harsh. I cannot be strict. People will come to me and say that, what should we do in this situation? Probably I will say that, do as you like it. जो आपका मन करे कर लीजिए. देख लीजिए क्या करना है. Like, completely opposite may be my nature. Though I was a man there and I'm a man here. In that incarnation, I was too strict on the face. These are the rules. You have to follow this rule. This is laid down policies. No here and there. In this incarnation, I'm still a man, but I do not have a say of my own. I'm very sweet, very gentle, very loving, very caring, but there is no strictness in me. There is no, like I am not dictating things to people. So two extremes. तो दोनों तरफ एक ही इंसान झुकेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि इस जन्म में उसने स्ट्रिक्टनेस को चख लिया, इस जन्म में उसे ह्यूमिलिटी को चखना है, सॉफ्टनेस को चखना है. So there are examples given here also in this book. Uh, Also, another example. So let's just read the next part, and I'll give you the example which Master had given us. Nature tends to bring balance in everything. People realize that there has been a definite purpose for many events of their past and are indicators of the path of balance that one needs to tread. For example, we come across aspirants on the spiritual path being asked to celibate at a young age and end up frustrated due to their inability to cope up with their demands. One of the reasons for this forced abstinence could be that it is nature's way of bringing balance to an excessive indulgence in passion in a previous lifetime. What is sold out here? In one previous lifetime, maybe a soul had too much indulgence in passion, simply means in too much of sexual activities, too much of pornography, too much of sexual desires, too much of sexual activity in one incarnation. In another incarnation, the same soul now has to moderate the sexual activity. उधर extreme हो गया था, अभी उसको balance करना है. How will this person moderate? Maybe the soul becomes a spiritual aspirant and someone teaches the soul that you have to become a celibate. You cannot marry. You have to become a nun. You have to become a saint. You cannot have sexual desires. You cannot have any kind of sexual activity. You cannot have your relationships, etc. So what happens? In one incarnation, this person had excessive sexual activity. In this incarnation, this person is being forced to not have any sexual activity. So there is a balance being created. Now, my question is that you would ask that both are dangerous, right? Both are wrong. You should not be having either of them. But here is, the first will of the soul comes into play. In the previous incarnation, when he was having too much sexual activity, the soul had its free will. Should I watch pornography? Should I not watch pornography? Should I get involved into 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 partners? Should I not get involved into 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 partners? The soul had the free will. That soul used its free will and said, I am going to be excessive with my sexual activities. According to that, this incarnation, now the laws of nature have to balance it out. So the laws of nature bring this balancing mechanism. In this incarnation, you will be forced to restrict your emotions. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि नेचर ही तो हमारा बैंड बजा रहा है, नेचर ही हमसे एक तरफ एक्सट्रीम करा रहा है, दूसरी तरफ बैलेंस करने के नाम पे एक्सट्रीम करा रहा है। नेचर ये नहीं कर रहा है। पहला फैसला हम ले रहे हैं एज अ सोल, उस फैसले के हिसाब से नेचर को अपना फैसला लेना पड़ रहा है। ओके, so next example, also in some instances certain events can help bring people back on the path they need to tread to manifest their mission of that lifetime. So कभी कभी कुछ हादसे, कुछ इंसिडेंट्स हमारे जिंदगी में ऐसे होते हैं जो हमें वापस अपनी रास्ते पे, जो काम हमें करना चाहिए, जो जिंदगी हमें जीनी चाहिए, उस जिंदगी पे हमें वापस ले आते हैं। So let's read the story and also we will understand this part. The poet sage Tulsidas was passionately in love with his wife. Once she went to her mother's place just for a day. At night, Tulsidas was unable to sleep without her. He took the risk of swimming across the strong flowing river in the middle of the night to reach his in-laws' village. Seeing him, his wife was very angry, and out of disgust, she said, if only you loved Lord Ram as much as you love this body of mine, you would have done good to yourself and others. This made passion-driven Tulsidas realize his mission. Later, he composed his great epic work, Tulsidas Ramayan, and became a revered saint. तो इस कहानी में हम क्या देखते हैं? तुलसीदास, हम सब उनके बारे में जानते हैं। तो उनको अपनी पत्नी से बहुत प्रेम था, वो एक दिन भी उनके बिना नहीं बिता सकते थे। तो जब उनकी पत्नी एक दिन के लिए अपने मायके चली गई, तो वो उस रात सो ही नहीं पा रहे थे। तो उन्हें उनके पत्नी से मिलना था। तो बहुत रिस्क लेके, जोखिम उठा के वो एक नदी को पार करते हैं, स्विम करके पार करते हैं, अपनी पत्नी के गांव जाते हैं और अपनी पत्नी से मिलते हैं। उनकी वाइफ इतनी अपसेट हो जाती है, गुस्सा हो जाती है उनसे, कि वो बोलती हैं कि जितना आप मेरे शरीर से प्यार करते हैं, अगर उतना ही आप लॉर्ड रामा से प्यार करते, तो आप अपना और अपने पूरी दुनिया का बहुत भला कर सकते थे। ये बात उनको बहुत लगती है, एंड फिर वो बहुत ज्ञानी बनते हैं। उनको उनका जो लॉर्ड रामा के साथ रिलेशनशिप है वो डिफरेंट हो जाता है, एंड वो अल्टीमेटली तुलसीदास रामायण लिखते हैं। So what does this show? That some events in our life happen which bring us back to the mission of our life. Now, this same pointer, I'll bring up 2 points, which is out here. One is of the teacher and one is from this Tulsidas story only. अगर हम अपनी जिंदगी के बारे में सोचें, how many of us can live and die for our family members? How many of us can live and die for our beloved spouse? How many of us can live and die for our children? आप बोल के तो देखो, कुछ भी कर लेंगे हम अपने पति के लिए, अपनी पत्नी के लिए, हम कुछ भी कर लेंगे अपने बच्चों के लिए, राइट? Some of us can. Nahi? No? Okay. Very nice. All Pranikula is speaking out here, it seems. For daughter? Okay, so somebody is honest out here. So, okay, yes, I can do it for my daughter. So personally, if you speak to me, yes, I can. I can. Definitely I can. So some of you are saying yes, okay, very good. Situation teaches the lessons. Yes. Uh, most of us, if you see, we are actually living and dying for our children and our families. Because if you see, uh, आप सुबह नींद से उठते हो, आप चालू हो जाते हो अपना दिन भर का सारा काम, right? Everything that you do. Sometimes people, they have to come for a retreat, they have to come for a session, they have to come for an activity, and they cannot come. What is the reason they cannot come? My child is having an examination. बच्चे का एग्जाम चल रहा है, हम नहीं जा सकते. uh, most of the women, in Calcutta, when I speak to people for classes, our classes are usually on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Most of the women say, Saturday तो I can come, but Sunday तो पति घर पे होते हैं. I said, if pati is in the home, you cannot come for your class. नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक ही दिन तो पति घर पे होते हैं, तो फिर मैं कैसे बाहर जा सकती हूँ? So what is this? This is living and dying, my dear friends. This is living and dying because you are giving your independence for that one pati. Does your pati ever say कि नहीं, एक ही दिन तो मुझे मिलता है मेरे पत्नी के साथ, मैं संडे को कभी कुछ प्लान नहीं करूंगा बाहर? I have never ever heard a male person saying me this. I have interactions with hundreds and hundreds of people. Never ever did a male student tell me that, see, Sunday is the only day I get with my wife. I cannot come for a class because I want to spend time with my wife. But all the females, my goodness, I can't come on a Sunday because Sunday is my husband's day. So isn't this living and dying for someone? आप अपना इंडिपेंडेंस ही दे दे रहे हो, तो ये लिविंग एंड डाइंग से अलग कैसे है? हाउ इज इट डिफरेंट? For the children, you don't think about yourself. Their exams are important, their life is important, their girlfriend and boyfriend is important, their everything is important. But what about you? We sometimes do this. We are passionately in love with our family members. लेकिन जब सवाल भगवान जी पे आता है, जब सवाल एनर्जी पे आता है, जब सवाल आपके खुद के ऊपर आता है, सेल्फ लव के ऊपर आता है, when the question is raised for spirituality, how much can you love God, how much can you love your guru, how much can you love your anybody else who are connected to spirituality, connected to yourself? The question comes, there you are ready to sacrifice. You don't prioritize out there. Very good point. Duty towards children, duty towards family, duty as a wife, duty as everything. And what about the duty about self? Doesn't that come first? But no school in this planet Earth ever teaches duty on self. किसी स्कूल में ये पढ़ाया नहीं जाता है. That duty towards self. There are so many, teachings and movies and everything which is showing that, you have to have duty towards your parents, duty towards children, duty towards husband, wife, duty towards in-laws, duty towards your work. Where is the duty towards self? And when you say self, in the very same way, God also comes. आप कभी इस बात को सोच के देखना, भगवान वो इकलौते हैं जो ये कभी नहीं बोलेंगे कि खुद को भुला के मुझे देखो. आप सोच के देखना ये बात कभी. हम कभी अपने हस्बैंड की तरफ ड्यूटी करने जाएंगे, अपने तरफ ड्यूटी निभा नहीं पाएंगे. बच्चों के लिए ड्यूटी करने जाएंगे, अपने तरफ ड्यूटी निभा नहीं पाएंगे. पेरेंट्स के लिए ड्यूटी करने जाएंगे, अपने लिए ड्यूटी निभा नहीं पाएंगे. पर कभी भी आप सोच के देखना, आप भगवान की तरफ कोई ड्यूटी करने जाओगे, कभी भी वो सेल्फ ड्यूटी के साथ क्लैश नहीं करेगा. नेवर. Because none of the things God ever has asked which is against self-love. None of the things God has ever asked you to do, the duties toward God, the duties towards spirituality, the duties towards the, that one God. I'm not talking about Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Hanuman, Lord this, Lord that. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying the duty towards the supreme God. It is never against you. भगवान जी आपसे हमेशा वही चाहेंगे जो आपके खुद के लिए भी अच्छा हो. लेकिन कभी कभी पति ऐसा चीज चाहेगा जो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं हो. कभी कभी पत्नी ऐसी चीजें चाहेंगी जो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं हो. कभी कभी बच्चे ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें चाहेंगे जो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं हो. पेरेंट्स चीजें चाहेंगी जो आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं हो. बट इट इज नॉट द सेम विथ गॉड. एंड रिमेम्बर गॉड क्या चाहता है इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ह्यूमन बींग्स क्या चाहते हैं. ह्यूमन बींग्स आर गोइंग टू टेल यू व्रत करो, खाना पीना मत करो, अपने आप को बॉडी को टॉर्चर करो. ये भगवान ने नहीं बोला. हाँ, गॉड नेवर वांटेड यू टू फास्ट. कहीं पे भगवान ने बोला कि खुद मत खाओ, मुझे लड्डू खिलाओ. नेवर. सो नॉट द ह्यूमन रूल्स, द ओरिजिनल गॉड रूल्स. सो this is one very important pointer, that if we can be as passionate about our family members, about our relationships, especially to the young couples out here, the way you are passionate about your young love, about your young, recent girlfriends and boyfriends, sometimes think about it. Can you be equally passionate towards God? Can you be equally passionate towards Guru? Can you look at Guru as if he's your newest boyfriend? वो बॉयफ्रेंड वाली फीलिंग आती है ना, हमेशा मोबाइल देखते रहते हैं. मैसेज आया क्या, मैसेज आया क्या, कुछ मैसेज आया क्या, कोई फोन फोटो भेजा क्या, कुछ कॉल आया क्या. हमेशा वी कीप ऑन लुकिंग एट द मोबाइल ना. कैन वी कनेक्ट टू गॉड एंड गुरु लाइक दैट? अरे अभी कुछ डाउनलोड हो रहा है क्या, भगवान जी ने कुछ बोला क्या, हायर सेल्फ कुछ बोल रहे हैं क्या, मास्टर कुछ बोल रहे हैं क्या? कैन वी कनेक्ट टू गॉड एंड गुरु इन दैट वे? ब्रश करते करते भी उनके बारे में सोच रहे हैं, नहाते नहाते भी उनके बारे में सोच रहे हैं, मेकअप करते करते भी उनके बारे में सोच रहे हैं, खाना खाते खाते भी उनके बारे में सोच रहे हैं. कैन आवर गॉड एंड गुरु बी आवर बिलवेड just the way a new love story, a new girlfriend boyfriend relationship usually has that spark? Can that spark be there between you and God? So this is one thing which is from the Tulsi Das story, which I would like to mention. And as far as the balance of life is concerned, I heard this story from the Acharyas, and this is a story which was connected to Master. So once there was this lady, she went to Master and she said that, my husband is dead against meditation. He would never meditate. मतलब कभी नहीं करेंगे. And he's like only business, 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 business oriented. Very nice human being, very nice husband, but against meditation. He will not meditate. So he would only do his business, and he gives donation for tithing. He never stops the wife from going and meditating, but he would not meditate. So Master told her that your husband is actually a greater saint than you. He is actually a greater meditator than you. In his previous lifetime, he had meditated so much. He went to the jungles, he went to the mountains, and he left his family for the sake of meditation, for the sake of spirituality. So he did extreme there. That's why in this lifetime, he is not allowed to meditate. If he meditates, he is going to leave again. इस जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि शेर के मुंह में खून लगवाना. सो इट्स जस्ट लाइक दैट कि अगर उन्हें मेडिटेशन का वो मजा फिर से आ गया, वो आप सबको छोड़ के वापस जंगल चले जाएंगे, पहाड़ों में चले जाएंगे. दिस इनकारनेशन योर हस्बैंड इज लर्निंग material world, learning about the material world, learning about earning money, learning about responsibilities, learning about, intelligence, planning, business, all these things. In the previous incarnation, he had left everything and renounced everything and gone to the forest and gone to the jungles. So that's why your husband is not allowed to meditate in this incarnation, but he is a good man. What is the proof? that he's not a young soul. बहुत बार हमें लगेगा, देखो इसको मेडिटेशन के बारे में कुछ आता पता ही नहीं है, यंग सोल होगा. I am on my 100th incarnation, this soul must be on his first or second incarnation. ऐसा नहीं है. Why? Because he was a genuinely good soul. He did not stop his wife from meditating. He gave the money for the courses. He donated. He said, तुमको जो करना है करो, मैं तुमको नहीं रोकता, but मुझे करने मत बोलो. I cannot sit and meditate. So this was the lesson of his life for that lifetime. So this was something which even opened my eyes, because initially, I will speak the truth, थोड़ा थोड़ा pride आ रहा था कि कि I can meditate so easily, I can sit for hours and meditate. But see, look at these people, they are not being able to meditate. बैठते ही नींद में चले जाते हैं, सो जाते हैं. Yeah, they don't have so much of focus, etc. But when I realized this, I realized that some people around me, in fact, some people right now in this session, we are 61 of us, maybe many of you in this session, from a soul point of view, maybe you are much, much, much more developed than me, much more developed than me. But because of some karma, because of some lesson that you need to learn or I need to learn, I am on this side of the microphone and you're on that side of the microphone. It does not mean that I am spiritually more evolved than you. So this was a big lesson for me as well. This particular concept of law of balance. Um, so in our lifetime, we must try to maintain moderation. Arhatic yogis, you must be understanding it's our virtue. हमें moderation maintain करना ही होगा. We cannot even excessively become spiritual. Only meditation, meditation, meditation the whole lifetime. Remember, in the next incarnation, probably you will not be allowed to meditate. So you cannot have an extreme of anything in life. Anything. You must have a balance. Master never told us, leave your family, leave job, leave everything and go and meditate. He never told us that. Rather, he always said, give time to family. One time, I very clearly remember one of the persons said that, Master, I cannot come to a retreat because I have a family function, a family event. He said, don't worry, go ahead and enjoy your family function. Enjoy your stay with your family. Retreats to hote rahenge. So he never told us to sacrifice our family. He never told us to live, a very poor life, don't wear makeup, don't wear jewelries, don't get a good house, don't get a good car. He never said all that. He always said balance, balance, balance. अपना job भी आप करो, आप spirituality भी करो, अपने family का भी ध्यान रखो. You be a good person overall. So then, every incarnation, you can have a balanced life. हर जन्म में आपको हर चीज करने दिया जाएगा. आप हर जन्म में बिजनेस कर पाओगे, हर जन्म में आप इनकम कर पाओगे, अब हर जन्म में आपके रिश्ते अच्छे होंगे, हर जन्म में आपको स्पिरिचुअलिटी का भी मौका मिलेगा. So if you have a balanced life, you can enjoy every aspect of your life in every incarnation. But if you become an extremist, if you become, like, I will leave everything and I'll only do spirituality, or I will do zero spirituality, I'll only do business. I don't want to take care of my family. Let my family be on their own. Or too much family. फैमिली के लिए जीना मरना, सुबह से रात तक सिर्फ फैमिली 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 फैमिली. कोई भी एक्सट्रीम अच्छा नहीं होता. None of the extremes are good. So try to have this balance in your life. Sometimes you may dislike what you do and feel forced to do it due to the circumstances of your life. Once you understand the purpose behind all your experiences and accept them as part of your chosen path, you can then use those experiences to make rapid progress in all levels of your life. The Buddha taught the middle path to overcome the tendencies of extreme approach in life, whether it is your material activities or spiritual practices. Avoid doing anything excessively and keep a balance in everything you do. Exactly what I just said. That even if it is in your spiritual activities or material activities, balance, balance, balance. कभी भी उस बैलेंस को बिगड़ने मत दीजिए. Because वो बैलेंस जैसे ही बिगड़ेगा, according to the laws of nature, you will be pulled towards the other extreme. If you have excessive love, You will be pulled towards strictness in the next incarnation. If you have excessively anger, excessive hatred, excessive negative emotions, next incarnation you will be forced to become a very soft, very cozy, very humble person where people are going to take you for granted. They are going to use you as a doormat. तब आपको लगेगा यार मेरी जिंदगी की तो कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है, मुझे डोरमैट की तरह यूज किया जा रहा है. पर सच क्या है? पिछले जन्म में आप एक्सट्रीम थे. You were an extreme extremist. You were too much violent, too much rough, too much rude. So this incarnation, you are being used as a doormat. So just we will close this chapter and we'll go for the meditation. This line is very important and it is for all of us. That sometimes you might dislike what you are doing. You will feel frustrated. You will feel that these circumstances are pulling you down. कभी कभी आपको लगेगा कि मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ, क्या कर रही हूँ, क्या है मेरे जिंदगी का पर्पस, टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है. आई एम अ हाउस वाइफ. मोस्ट पीपल से आई एम जस्ट अ हाउस वाइफ. You might feel that I'm wasting my life being just a housewife. But why are you a housewife? Because maybe in the previous incarnation, you say that I don't want to look into the house at all. मुझे सिर्फ बाहर की जिंदगी चाहिए, मुझे कमाना है, मुझे बाहर घूमते रहना है. आई वॉन्ट टू बिकम अ कम्प्लीटली सोशल ओरिएंटेड पर्सन. घर में क्या हो रहा है, बच्चों का क्या हो रहा है, पति का क्या हो रहा है, माँ बाप का क्या हो रहा है, मेरे को किसी से कुछ चीज का लेना देना नहीं है. सो मे बी इन दिस इनकारनेशन यू आर अ हाउस वाइफ. You are working much more now because I personally feel the work of a housewife is much, much more than the work that needs to be done outside. But that's, the dependence on the family is there. So, if that is the story with you, whatever is the story with you, आप extreme किसी भी तरफ आपकी जिंदगी अभी झुकी हुई हो, use use this law of balance. अभी भी टाइम है. अभी भी आप अपने लाइफ को घुमा सकते हो. इस जन्म का तो मैं गारंटी नहीं ले सकती, बट नेक्स्ट इनकारनेशन गारंटीड. इफ यू स्टार्ट बैलेंसिंग योर लाइफ इन दिस इनकारनेशन, नेक्स्ट इनकारनेशन यू विल नॉट बी पुश्ड टुवर्ड्स एनी एक्सट्रीम. राइट? तो इस जन्म में अगर हम ये इंश्योर कर ले कि हमारे इस शरीर के अंत होते होते हम अपने जिंदगी को यहाँ खत्म करेंगे. We are going to take proper action. We are going to end our life in this level. Not in this level, not in this level, not in this level. इस लेवल पे हम अपने जिंदगी को एंड करेंगे, बैलेंस पे. अगला जन्म यही से शुरू होगा. You have to remember that. But if you end your life like this, next incarnation you will be born. एक्सट्रीम से शुरू करोगे क्योंकि भगवान को तो बैलेंस करना है ना, लॉज ऑफ नेचर को तो बैलेंस करना है. पर अगर आप ऐसे ही छोड़ोगे, आप अगले जन्म भी बैलेंस्ड आओगे. यू विल सी यू हैव एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ. You have a spiritual life, you have a material life, you have a family life, you have friends, you have a good body, you have money, you have every pleasure. Okay? So that being said, that is the last law of evolution, and we conclude our this chapter as well. Tomorrow we'll go towards chapter 7, which will be our last chapter. We will move towards the twin hearts meditation now. Request everyone. Yes, you can do Gita ji, but kindly do exercises. Please don't skip the exercises. We will move towards the meditation. So gently close your eyes. Relax yourself. Let's together invoke that may this twin heart meditation help us have a more balanced life. May this twin heart meditation help us understand where are the extremities in our life? Where are we doing an extreme thing? मेडिटेशन का जो लव लाइट एंड पावर है, जो प्रेम, जो रोशनी, जो शक्ति इस मेडिटेशन के दौरान हमारे अंदर आएगी, वो हमारे एनर्जीज को धीरे धीरे बैलेंस आउट कर दे। May all extremes be healed, be neutralized in our lives. We are ready to have a more balanced life. Thank you, God, for this balanced life. In full faith, so be it.